The boys are back in town after 14 months. Sam Crow's out of jail and the Refuse are back. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It is Season 4, Episode 1 of Sons of Anarchy. This one is titled Out. And as per usual, there is 3 facts to dive into before we get into the episode review. Fact number 1, last appearance of Potlova. Fact number 2, fourth appearance of a Shield actor. In fact number 3, one of the wedding guitarists is the co-writer of Sons of Anarchy's theme, Riding Through This World. Thoughts on the 3 facts?
Potlova wasn't in the show much, only made 3 episodes, but I think he had a good impact.
Now for 3 episodes he did alright, didn't he?
He did alright. The Shield, I'm not too sure who that is, but I would believe it's the officer.
Yes.
He was in the Shield, yes. And last but not least, I've no idea who the guitarist is either, so
I've no idea. I don't know who the guitarist is either.
That's a great fact that you don't know.
Well, it's no the guitarist at Opie and Lyla's wedding is the co-writer of this life.
That's fantastic. Do you know his name?
I don't know his name. His name's irrelevant.
Alright, well, let's get into the review.
All you need to know is
all you need to know is Sons of Anarchy Refuse are back because the Mayan Fuse were in shit.
The Mayans is over, right? The real fucking McCoy's here. Right?
The real show, the real biker gang, the real MC.
And,
riding through this world.
You always bury me for using the word iconic, but I think Son's getting released from jail here in this opener is iconic. Would you complain with it?
I personally wouldn't describe it as iconic.
In terms of the fucking show, I think it is. I think it's a very... I don't mean in TV history, movie, film history. I mean in terms of the show. This scene... Seeing Jack, seeing Clay.
Well, considering like 60-70% of the club was locked up and it was mainly all the star members, then I'd say it is a pretty cool scene.
It's a pretty cool scene.
I mean, you got Clay walking it, Jack's walking it, Ted walking it. I mean, all 3 main members of the club were rotting in jail for 14 months.
Yeah, they were. Absolutely.
I mean, that must have been tough for Sons to take. I mean, surely if the president was away, but you had the VP out, or if the VP was away, but you had the president, that wouldn't have been too bad. And I don't know if you could argue maybe Sergeant at Arms being there without the president, VP would even have coped a little bit better, but to have all 3 of the highest ranking members, and the secretary, I mean, it's not a good period.
And the IT guy.
Yeah, well.
And the hitman.
Alright,
that's plenty, but they're missing a lot of guys, right? And there was a lot of discussion in this off-season, so to speak, about who was running things back in Charming. We thought it was Chibs, but based off this episode, I'd go with Opie.
Yeah, I think it was Opie. Opie seemed to be in the know. He seemed to know more of what he's doing.
He seemed to be the one explaining everything.
He did.
Maybe they just had no faith in Chibs explaining it and anyone understanding it.
Plus, Jack seemed to believe that we'll see later on in this season that Opie was ready to lead.
Yeah.
He thought he was capable of doing that.
What I would say is, though, if Opie was leading for these 14 months, why is Clay so hesitant of letting Opie run the club when it looks like he did a good job?
I suppose there's a difference between Clay not being able to do anything about it than Clay having a say on who gets to run.
Yeah, but it's after Clay...
Well, what's Clay?
It's after Clay steps down. It's not like Clay would be under leadership.
I know, but I still think Clay cares about the club.
No, he does, but I wouldn't say...
What do you think Clay's going to waste a phone call while he's locked up inside just to tell Piney, hey, don't let that pish son of yours lead this club?
Well, he might, I don't know, but right, so we get this scene, they ride away, they reunite, they're hugging, the cuts are getting put back on. Stockton, it's been a pleasure, buddy. Meanwhile, throughout all this, you've got Otto inside, he receives a boiled egg, and there's a razor blade inside it. My favourite sort of boiled egg.
Not really the breakfast I would like.
Nope, but yeah.
I'm partial to a boiled egg, but preferably without the razor.
I think respect's got to be put on Otto's name here. Here he is, getting a boiled egg.
I feel bad for the guy.
No, but look at the fucking lengths this guy goes to.
Yeah, for what? The club do fuck all for him.
Yeah, no, but that's what makes him sad.
All he asks is for one thing.
And by this point, it's done.
Georgie Caruso. Well, it's no done, is it?
Well, he thinks it's done. He thought he was killed.
Aye, well, we've got news for you, Otto.
He's not killed, damn it. But yes, he cuts his wrists here. This is a move to get him out of solitary confinement and into the company of a Russian. Of course, this Russian killed Jack.
Russia.
He attempted to kill
Jack. Take that back. For fuck, he killed Jack.
Right,
series would be over 4 seasons early.
He attempted to kill Jax. Now, if you want to hear some content and discussion on this, go check out the episodes. We talked about this a few months ago. But yes, Otto manages to get revenge for this guy later on in the episode. So, very good. Then we cut to the clubhouse because Piney is outside. He looks at Tara. History's got to stay buried, sweetheart. So it looks like Tara and Jem have got closer, and Piney, of course, in that episode, he's like, don't dig up the past. But Piney will be digging up the past very soon, and it'll get him dug into a hole as well. We're introduced to a few more characters.
If Tara really got that close with Gemma, though, over this period of time, would that mean she's not read the letters? I know she has, but you would think her reading the letters would make her... For some reason...
Yes, but maybe she's like, oh, fuck, I need her.
For some reason, Tara reading the letters only seemed to change her opinion of Clay.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Even though the letters, I believe...
incriminate both?
Yeah, paint them both in bad light.
Yeah, they do.
But Tara's views of Gemma seem to remain the same. So I don't know, maybe she was only reading half the letters.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Although
that.
At this point, there's so many different fucking letters. I mean, who knows what's what?
Yeah, I mean that is the real thing. But we do get the introduction of the new lieutenant, the San Joaquin Sheriff's Department. They've got a new man, Eli Roosevelt. I thought this was a very strong introduction of Eli. Nice shave, Floyd. He's hoovered Unser's fucking barber off him. What do you make of that? Unser's barberless.
Yeah, that's it.
Then he's stuck in a trailer looking like a hillbilly.
Feels a wee bit sorry here for Unser.
Can he not got a role in Roosevelt's? I mean, I guess if he's not the chief, like, what's he going to really do? We also see a mysterious man ride off on a bike. That man is Lincoln Potter. But Roosevelt here tells him that you're a gang, buddy. You're not a club. The lieutenant says, next time I see any of you boys wearing cuts, off the goddamn road, buddy.
Yeah, so that's it. Basically, hey, these are not gang colours. Well, I think they are.
Yeah, he's absolutely not as friendly towards Sam
He's laying
Crow.
down the law, right? And Clay doesn't like it.
Yeah,
Clay's used to getting a free pass here for Unser. I don't think Unser ever laid down the law.
No.
Even when Unser did lay down the law, fucking they never took notice.
No, of course they didn't.
Screw this old man.
He had that wee power play in season 3, but no one bought it.
Yeah, no one paid attention to him.
No one was like, what the hell are you doing, man? But yeah.
Get to us, old man.
So basically, everyone who's in jail, the 6 members we discussed at the start, can't wear their cuts. It is him just laying down the law, but it's also a bit pissed that we don't get to see these guys wearing their cuts. I mean, as you said, the 3 highest ranking members can't wear their fucking cuts.
Ah, well, Jax likes hoodies, so I mean...
He does like the hoodie, but the hoodie just doesn't really work as well on Clay, doesn't it not?
No.
It doesn't. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Ron, but...
Can Clay still wear guns?
He can wear guns, damn it. And then they return to the clubhouse. Everyone reunites. There's hugs. Chucky's got fingers. Gemma bought them on off eBay. You got your fingers, and Tig's just fucking rubbing his dome, man. This is Chucky at his best. Not that Mayans shit.
Yeah, before the Mayans ruined them.
Yeah, the Mayans absolutely ruined them. Clay then says, church in 10 minutes. What's going to happen there? Only time will tell. We then cut to Charming PD, but it's no longer Charming PD. By God, it is the San Joaquin Police Department. Hale is now repping a new haircut. He's now Mayor Hale, and he's got big plans for Charming. Of course, we did see Sam Crow drive past Charming Heights on their wee drive back for jail. So obviously that is not hopefully going to go according to plan, because Clay does make a wee visit to Unser later on in the episode to hopefully put something in motion there. But then we do get Roosevelt. He's contacted by Lincoln Potter, and we are introduced to the RICO board. And I think this is a very good scene where he's introduced to the RICO board, and we literally see the scale of the operation.
Yeah, I like the board. Even Unser's on this fucking board.
Yes, he's a Sam Crow affiliate.
Sam Crow member, more like. Who are you trying to kid?
Yeah, I think when you're literally on the fucking board... there's an issue.
Sums up how corrupt you really are.
It does really sum up how corrupt you are, man. And you know what? I just like seeing things like this. I'm not saying we need it to see this to like dumb things down, but I just like the whole expansion here of the underworld. Not agree?
No, I just like when they go into detail and they actually show everything.
Yeah, and they completely fill in the gaps here. They talk about... Potter talks about the fact that when they were rescuing Abel, they brokered a huge gun deal with the IRA, and then they managed to get Jimmy Hill, but they screwed off the Russians, and Roosevelt's like, and that's why Jax Teller was shivved in county. And now the Suns are out, things are going to be changing. There's no way the world is going to stay the same with Sam Crow out, and the Russians, well, they're not going to be under the Russians' thumb anymore. And see, even if you didn't watch the episodes already, boom, you're caught up to date.
Yeah.
You're caught up to date, and yes, but they do have a man on the inside, Ronald Worski. He is undercover with Putlova's gang.
Fast to becoming Putlova's number 2.
And we did see him back in season 3, so it's not like we've just introduced this guy for the sake of it. But again, like, this guy's been undercover for, 15 months, and he's already almost his number 2. Putlova mustn't fucking hang with him tight.
Or maybe this guy's just good.
Maybe this guy is just good. But then we get Church. Opie pretty much explains what's been going down. The Russians, but now they're like, well, we're going to sort that out tonight at the wedding. He says that Roosevelt hasn't really made any sort of impact on them until today, and then Jackson clearly like, well, he's whipped it today, big man. Opie's in, right, I want some good gifts because I know how much is in those letters, and I tell you what, man, the Opie, Chibs and Piney and Kozik, I guess Kozik did get patched in, may as well mention that. Should they not deserve a wee bump in their envelope? Or do these guys deserve everything?
I'd like to think they've been taking a cut.
No, they did. I mean, obviously they got a cut, but I mean, realistically, the guy's fucking running everything.
True.
I would honestly like to know the percentages. Like, how much is Clay getting compared to, like, a Miles?
Well, Miles is... do they not get the same?
You're led to believe they get the same. But realistically, like, I mean, should they get the same?
Probably not. I mean, maybe they don't. They've never actually went into detail, so we can't really say.
Yeah, we can't really say, but I like this meeting. Clay essentially says, this is an important night. Let's get it done.
No, I don't get. Prospects don't get paid, right?
Yeah.
But prospects are supposed to be dependable, and whenever they're called upon, drop everything. How can you really expect a prospect to actually be a proper prospect and dedicate his time to the club whenever it's necessary when he doesn't get a paycheck for the club and he'll probably need to work a normal job? It's like, it just doesn't make any logical sense. You could argue, I don't know, maybe Hassack, was he not a half-decent mechanic?
Yeah, so
Could you not argue he maybe got a wage from working at Taylor Morrow or whatnot? But like, Big Filthy Phil, what did he do? What was his profession before getting patched in?
Eating.
No, well, obviously, but...
Well, I don't know, that's the real question, but I guess there is other ways
what if he's working
money.
a 9 to 5 and Clay's like...
No,
what if he's working his 9 to 5 and he's like, we need you at 2?
No, they've got to pay their dues, but I mean, I think they would get some small percentage. I'm not expecting a big percentage.
Well, but we've seen Opie. Opie couldn't do both in season 1.
No, I guess so, but we then have Sam Crow. They have to leave at this point. They have to go meet with the Russians, but they're only allowed to mingle with each other if they're working, so they bring the tow truck. I mean, see, at this point, Sam Crow's got a lot of members, including prospects. We've got Ratboy and Feel In now there. When you're looking at like 15 deep here.
We've got a lot of people to kill off.
We've got a lot of people to kill off, and like 15 of them are needed for a tow truck. I'm just not buying it, man. And at this point, Clay makes it clear that he wants only Opie and Jax with him, which Tig takes a bit of problem with this, and he's like, well, I should be with you. And then Bobby's like, no, it's alright, you come with me, Tiggy. We get the fun stuff. And already at this point, I think Clay is distancing himself from Tig and Bobby.
See, I remember Clay distancing himself from Tig, and I remember us thinking that in the first 3 seasons, Tig and Clay were tight. But see, after watching Sons of Anarchy back several times, I think after season 1, the relationship isn't as strong as it was.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
Because in season 2, you've obviously got Tig not being himself. He does feel guilt over Donna. He's not 100%, and then it's like he doesn't know who he is. Clay doesn't think that he's fully in the club. Clay doesn't think he's fully there to be his right-hand man, so to speak. And then in season 3, with the whole club going to Ireland, it's like Tig doesn't go. He takes a back seat. And then again, it's like, obviously when he's in Ireland, I mean, Tig's having to handle shit in Charming, and Clay's literally on the other side of the world trying to get Abel back, his grandson. So when you actually look at it, I think from season 1 onwards, the Tig and Clay relationship isn't as strong as it was in season 1.
No, I would agree with that. What I would say is I think it hits a breaking point later on this season.
But even in season 2, you see Clay is taking Opie with him, and leaves Tig behind.
Different
No,
motives. though.
true. I know, but I'm just saying.
But like we said earlier, if Clay's so against Opie being present, you almost wonder why he's taking him with Jax here. Guess I need someone else, but well, is what it is. But they meet with Putlova. Clay here basically demands that here everything's changed, Putlova, and we're getting the percentages. And Putlova just fucking accepts it. I think Putlova's a bit dumb. Like, did he not think something dodgy was going to go down tonight?
I don't know, I could just think...
No, but like Sam Crow get out here, and Clay's like, well, you know what, see those percentages you were getting, shove them up your ass. You're only getting 12 and we're getting 88.
Yeah, I know, but is that not different because they were inside? What can they really do?
No, they can't do.
No, but Suns can't really push percentages when they're like 60%, 70% of the club's locked up, and it's the more important.
No, I'm
members.
not on about that. I'm on about Pulova's side of things. Like here, he just fucking accepts it.
But do you not agree that when the Suns are locked up, they need to kind of lay low?
No, they do. Of course they do.
It wouldn't be smart for like Opie and Chibs to be rocking up and like demanding like unrealistic percentages.
Of course it wouldn't be, but yeah, here it's set, and then Sam Crow, the kind of like a down period after this. You've got Jax returning with Tara. He proposes to her, and then Jax says a line that just doesn't sit right with me. He says, "This club has lost its way. It's not about the brotherhood anymore. It's just beer and greed now. It's all about the money." What?
I mean, I don't really understand that because, like, in season 3, like, most of the club went to Ireland to help you get your son back.
They were tripping over backwards for you, Jackie boy.
And, I mean, they also agreed to get locked up and have that deal to get Gemma off the hook and do time. They did that for the club as well. And they've literally just gone out. So I don't see what's happened between helping get Abel back. I just don't see what's happened between season 3 and now for Jax to determine that.
It's truly hypocritical for Jax, because what he says here, right? I mean, most of us have already watched the show, right? But what he says here is like, he brings this on the club. He backs Clay's decision to bring the drugs in with the money and the cartel. That's the greed. See if you actually look at that vote, and we'll break it down when it gets to the episode. Only Clay actually wanted that. If you look at the vote, the way it went, only Clay wanted it. Tig backed Clay, Jax did it to back Clay, then Opie and Miles backed Jax, because Miles is Opie's sponsor, and then Kozik backed his VP and Prez. Out of the entire fucking table, only one guy wanted it, and it was Clay. So that's Jax's logic out the window.
And Jax voted for it still. Could you argue with someone like Chibs said what Jax said, it would maybe have a bit more meaning to it?
Yeah, no, but yeah, especially after the vote. But like, Jax has just sold out the entire club. I mean, he's buried them for no reason here. Maybe he's trying to convince himself, I get it. Maybe he's trying to say that to Tara to make her believe that he's serious about this. And I think at this point he was serious. But for me, I didn't like this for Jackie boy, but who knows? Looks like he's not going to be in Sam Crow much longer. We then cut to Clay and Gemma. She's like, here, talk to Tara. Why don't we open your hands up and you can ride for a few more years? And he's like, no, it makes no sense. I would have to recuperate. Right, hold on, Clay here. What's the problem with recuperating?
Yeah, I mean, let's say it has to take a year out. Is that fair?
Yeah, I don't know how much it would be for like arthritis surgery, but I mean, come on.
But surely he would still be president, but someone would be acting president.
I'm sure he could make a deal with Jax. Be like, here, I'll let you leave, but run the club for a year while I'm out.
Yeah, he's going to offer him the same sort of deal, isn't he? So why not do that?
For me, all they had to do was speak, man. All they had to do was speak to each other, and all these deals could have been made. And like I said earlier, they do check in on Unser, and looks like Clay's going to maybe try and use Unser to get in, to get Elliot back into the mayor seat. But then we have the wedding. We have the Native American reservation. That is where we're at. We've got the wedding. We've got everybody, every sort of bad guys here. We've got the Niners, we've got a few grim bastards, we've got the Mayans, we've got the Russians, we've got the Suns, we've loads of Suns charters. Fucking anybody who's anybody's here, ain't they?
Yep, pretty much. Representing every gang, every MC.
Yeah,
we're all here.
Probably, I mean, there's not many weddings in this show, but I think this is easily
I don't
the
think we've
best.
seen Unser.
Wait, was there?
Was Unser there? Fuck me. Unser's
He was.
everywhere.
But I think
He didn't have his cut on.
No, he didn't have his cut on. He had a suit on, but I think this definitely was the best wedding in this show. I can't really think of one.
Yeah, this was a good one. I enjoyed it.
It was. I mean, it felt big time.
Although I went to the marriage doesn't really last.
No,
that
the
long.
marriage might last about 3 minutes, but 3 minutes.
Did I just say 3 minutes?
Piney walking Lyle up the aisle. He looked like he's about to keel over.
Aye. You couldn't wait till he got the end of the aisle so he could take a seat.
No,
Take a seat, Piney.
take a seat, Piney. He's fucking gas man, oxygen tank. But I thoroughly enjoyed this wedding. It was, you know what? For like the chaos it's about to erupt, it was a nice moment.
No, it was a good wedding.
Good moment in Act 2, the start of Act 2 here. It's about to turn very dark. We then cut to the Rico office where one of the officers goes to Potter and says, should we wire this meeting up between the Suns and the Russians? He says it's probably just going to be a hardware shakedown. And Potter says no. I don't really understand why he would say no. I don't really see the harm in wiring this.
Sure, but Potter thinks that it's just going to be a routine wedding.
Show and tell.
Nothing's going to go down.
Yep. Turns out, though, shit is going down, though. But,
Oh, the Russians went down?
yep, all the Russians went down. Bobby, Chibs, Juice, and Happy, they all load themselves into the back of a truck. But this was the meet he was going to wire. It wasn't the wedding. It was this meet. So I don't understand why he wouldn't wire this meet. But, you know, if he wired this meet, fuck knows what it would have meant for Sam Crow. But what results here is a massive bloodbath. You've got Otto killing the Russian that tried to kill Jax. You've then got Bobby, Chibs, and Juice and Happy killing a bunch of Russians. Big Ronald Worski, he's the first to realise, turns around in slow motion. M16, good night. Wiped out. What a wonderful world. Fucking getting sprayed. You've Putlova given the wedding gift. It is the cup killer. It shines through cups like caviar, amigo. Then they take him out to the forest, and what happens? The Russians get killed, and then Jack shivs him like he gets shivved. And the Russians, within like 30 seconds, are decimated.
Oh, the only difference is Jack survived his shivving. I don't think Putlova
Nope.
survived this.
Putlova definitely did not survive this. He is dead. I really enjoyed this montage at the end of this episode.
What a wonderful life.
And just to put like the final world, mate.
World.
What world? Just to put the final nail in the coffin here. He dumps all the bodies at Charming Heights.
Aye, great.
Clay, that slippery bastard. And then to even end the episode and probably a bigger cliffhanger, Gemma discovers the piece of paper that Abel was drawing on this episode. Of course, it was the letter from Maureen on the letters, and she's realised here that Tara or Jax, one of the two, must have read the letters, and oh shit.
For her sake, you better hope it's Tara.
Yep. Now Gemma and Clay could be in deep shit, and that is the end of this episode, and I thought, what a great episode. What a way to set the mantle down for this season.
Again, from start to finish, though, in Sons of Anarchy, everything was right.
Yeah, like it's just...
It starts with the club getting out. They take care of unfinished business. You get the new law authority introduced. They wrap up the shit with the Russians. And then it ends with Gemma finding out, oh, fuck, me and Clay are screwed.
You've also got Alvarez telling Clay about here, Galindo, he'll be here tomorrow. So you've got that set up as well. You've like all these new authority figures getting introduced, and like you said, you've got the whole cliffhanger about, oh fuck, what's going to unravel with these letters. So much happening, you know, and I think that's the beauty of Sons. I think you can have great episodes with just like simple dialogue and simple simple dialogue and just conversations between characters.
Yeah, you don't need. There's this like misbelief that for a great episode you need crazy action. Action's action's all right when it's called upon, but like the best episodes of TV series are mainly just down to dialogue.
Yeah, like for me, the best parts about this episode, I think, were the ending montage. Albeit, right, people were getting killed, so that goes under action. I get it, right? But then Sam Crow leaving jail for me is great. Then you've got the introduction of Roosevelt, the Rico board, the first church meeting where it's all getting explained. Even like Jack's talking to Tara, I did enjoy the scene, but I didn't really like the fact he buried Sam Crow. But you know, there was not one thing I can nitpick about this episode. Maybe if you wanted to throw Galindo's introduction in, but then I think that would have just been too much. Honestly, I'm on the verge of getting it a 10, but I think it might just be lacking something for a 10.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? I'll get a 10. I think this episode's damn. I get it. 10 is like a perfect score. And I think if you're being honest, right, there's probably never been a TV series that's been perfect.
Yep.
I don't think you can get perfect. I think to be perfect over 45 minutes, it's just not really possible. But for me, this is a great episode, especially for a season opener. It's about as good as you can get. I'll give it a 10.
Yeah.
I thought it was worthy.
I'm going to give it a 10. Fuck it. If you can't give it a 10, what are you going to get, guys? But we're going to dive into it.
I believe that's 2 10s back to back.
Yes. What TV show's going to fucking do that?
Yeah.
Alright, we've got MVP and quotes. MVP, we're going to give it to Opie. I felt like he stepped up. May as well give it to him for the 14 months.
Yeah, I mean, he was leading the way. Even when Clay came out, he still treated Opie like some sort of leader, bringing Opie along with the ride for the Russians. He also got married. He got to marry Layla. And, I mean...
Lyla.
Lucky him, I guess. And, Opie, what a guy. Stepping up, really.
Stepping up big time. And then quote of the episode, we are giving it to Gemma. I'm referring to Clay's time inside. She said, and I quote, "You're used to speed banging juice in dark hallways."
Brilliant.
Goddamn brilliant. Yeah, I mean, you can argue it's a bit foreshadowing considering what happens to Juice in the later seasons.
Very true.
Very true. I'm not a big Ron Perlman speed banging him like, but it was Marilyn Manson. Who would have thought in season 4 that Marilyn Manson would have been speed banging Juice?
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, actually.
No, but intriguingly enough, guys, Plan B on the board of the Rico was Juice and Otto.
What could Plan B mean?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even see if you're making these like breakdown vids back there, there's so much to fucking talk about.
Mayans, what sort of talk about?
I know, fucking hee-haw. Oh, what aisle of the grocery store did Emily scream in today? Fuck off, guys. But anyway, it's a 10 out of 10. We'll be back very soon for episode 2. I believe it's called Booster. And we've got the introduction of...
Bishop.
That was good, but it's Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Probably the one guy that's smaller than Bishop.
He needs a booster.
Undes.